Welcome back, everybody. We are obviously in mid-flight, and I am not nearly as sick as I was last time. So, with beautiful sunrise over our castle and little village, and we've begun construction on this higher tier area. Oh, let's not land there. Let's land over here. Right. So, what we've started doing is extending the wall out from the tower we were building at the beginning of the series. And we're extending it out here to obviously a gate with two towers flanking it. This is a fairly wide gate, although I'm not entirely certain how this is going to play out. But we do have at least a layout here of where we're going with this. Typically, I would like to have the towers closer together for a gate, but again, this is a very small gate, so maybe we don't need them that close. I don't know. We'll see how substantial this will be. Moving on, we extended a wall from this supposed where that tower is going out to here, this center section. And last time we were trying to figure out exactly what we were going to do with this area. And I think I have made a decision. One I may regret, but we will see. We need to angle the blocks to match the layout of the land here. Right now we're going counter to the land in a square fashion. We need to go in a sideways direction with the foundations. I'm thinking of putting right here at this point a cathedral, building a cathedral. It would be close enough for our citizens to make their way up the stairs up to Mass. So, a cathedral that is running along this way, but the front of it, I guess the entrance of it will be facing this way. Which means all of these blocks are going to have to go. So, let's begin. We're not going to do all of that with this. We're going to use the gun. Right. Oh, also, off stream, we built a staircase on this side, going to the main gatehouse entrance. Now, I'm not thrilled with this at the moment. We do have at least a platform here to get up and down from this side, if necessary. But I'm not thrilled with it. I love the staircase on the other side and how it looks and how well armored and fortified it appears. This, of course, is just placeholder for the moment. I don't know what I want to do with it. I'm also, furthermore, not thrilled about that section there. More needs to be done with that, and I'm not sure what. But we'll get there. We'll get there. We've been having luck with getting this side, this far side over here, figured out. Has been much easier for some reason than the other side. Now the big question here is going to be, see, we have that limit problem going on, by the way, which is problematic because we can't put something right here, even though we had something there a minute ago, which is kind of weird. We can put something here, which again is strange. But what we need to do is we need to build in such a way to angle everything. So this part is going to be time consuming and complicated, I'm sure. So if we go this route, funny how that connects, almost. A little short, but that's okay. So this angle here is more or less the angle we want, but we want it shifted. We want to shift it over here. We want to start at this corner here. And go that way. Right along this ridge line here. However, the game, I don't know if it's going to let me do that. So I shouldn't have started on that corner. I should have started on this corner. But this corner is problematic because of that. That is problematic. So that means we need to shift these stairs over, is what that's telling me. Sounds like a job for the gun. We don't need this right now. This was wrong. Fair warning, if you haven't figured it out already. When it comes to these games, there's a lot of footage of me placing things down and deleting them. Should be no surprise. Okay, we're going to get rid of this guy. We're going to have to change. Oop. Am I stuck? I'm stuck. What am I stuck in? A hole. Okay. What did I just hit? I mean, really? Okay. We'll fix that later. Alright, so let's see. We need to go over one block. So this one up. I don't think there's any other blocks up there. Oh, no, wait, there is one. This one here. Okay. And we accidentally destroyed that. Well, that's okay. We can fix that later. That was the wrong button. Okay. We want to go here. What is this? Stone floor. Why can't I go on top of that? How is that? What if we went with a different direction with the stairs altogether? What if we went that way with the stairs instead of the direction we were going? Just to avoid which would mean don't know why that's there. Okay. Very interesting. What happens if we lift this up? Okay, that is kind of necessary. Well, I guess we have to go that way. But if we place down something, is it going to still give us a hard time? Certainly would seem so. What if we did this? The numbers keep changing, so it's confusing me. But now we have a problem. Because this is kind of important. If we... Alright, well, we need to get up there. Let's not jump into the gap. That would be not wise, because we get stuck. And there's no one here to pull us out. And why can't this place here? Do I need to be lower? Lower? There's no reason. Okay, I don't know why I can't place there, but maybe we can, we just can't see it. But regardless, this is a bit of a concern. We need to square this off, and we can't, because the game won't let me put anything down. I suppose that's a problem for another day, but I don't like that. That bothers me, because I don't know if I take stuff away, it's not going to let me put anything in its place, so I'm unable to change anything. And I do know at the base of this, at the very bottom, there's a little gap between the wall and the ground, and the game won't let me fill it. So this whole staircase is in danger of being radically changed. Regardless, let's try to put some stairs down. That's the wrong one. Okay. It'll let us put stairs there. I don't want to put stairs there. I want to put the stairs farther back. Like... like here. Kind of. Now we can double it, which will run into the cliff face. I don't know if I like that. I don't think I do. I think I'm okay with it being a single set of stairs. Let's put another one in. Alright, and this gets us well above the ground where we need to be. There we go. And you're going to want to be a lot lower. Figures. So, it's a little odd that it widens out right here and then narrows again up here. That's a little strange. I agree. But, you know. Yeah. It is what it is. It can be strange. It doesn't have to be perfect. Well, relatively speaking. We might want to put one here, though. Just to make sure we got enough leverage for the walls later. If I can reach this. Or fall. I will fall. Sorry about that. Ah, there. Oh, up. That was close. We'll try it again. I'm walking because I'm carrying too much. Because I overloaded myself with materials for this build today. And I forgot to make some torches. I meant to make torches. Or tiki torches. To put them around because up here there's not a lot of light. So alright, this leads to the tree of life. Maybe not. Maybe that's not quite the right term. Right, so changing this does not really affect very much when it comes to our build. This corner is still not, it's still bothering me. And you're not gonna let us build here. No, of course you're not. What's weird is that it keeps the number of the amount of blocks in the area goes up. And I don't understand that. I mean, this way it goes down. And over here it goes way up. I don't know why. Makes no sense at all. I mean, even if I delete stuff like that, it's still gonna freak out. But I have no choice because I can't undelete it, I should say. After I've destroyed it, I can't remake it again. So it's very annoying, needless to say. Okay, so we put a turn in here, and let's hope that we can put down a foundation here. We can't. Okay. We can put one there, but not here. That's so annoying. We do have this here, still there. I mean, I have deleted a lot of blocks down there on this side, but it doesn't appear to be enough. The number keeps changing and going up. Originally it was like 10,600 and something, and I deleted like 50, 60, 150, 60 blocks, and it still says 100 and 700. It goes up. It's like, it just doesn't make any sense. Yeah, see, here now it's saying there's more blocks than there was last night, and it keeps changing depending upon where you place it, which again makes I don't understand this. Somebody in the comments can please explain how Atlas does this and why. I mean, look at that, 11. Now it's saying there's 11,000. Like, what? I don't get it. Makes no sense. Crazy. Damn it. That's wrong. And it's going to destroy the thing behind it. Yep, I knew it. Now I have to put another one in there. If I can get it to work. And make sure there's no breaks in the foundation at this particular point. Come on. No, no, no. What? There you go. Thank you. Come on. There you go. Oh, got some triangle pieces to put in there, but we'll take care of that later. Right now we got to deal with this problem. This does not want us to build here. I see you. Not gonna fool me. Because I'm already a fool. I don't want to delete any more of this because it's not going to let me put anything down. So it's like I take away stuff, I can't put stuff back, and it doesn't seem to help. So I don't understand that at all. Right, so we want to go this way. Are we already losing our light? Oh, it's just the storm. The village looks good, though. Nevertheless. Unfortunately, we may have to lose one of the homes down there. Maybe if we lose one of those homes, the one with the messed up roof, or the rugged roof there, that might free up enough space to at least plug up the holes on the staircase. And we could put that house over there somewhere. So we'd have a little bit of a gap here. But we would also probably take away some of those floors as well, which would also help not maximize the area. But the grid here runs from about here. Imagine a line about where that staircase ends, or the platform of the staircase ends, and it extends right where those bushes are in that cliff face. But then it ends beyond that, and it doesn't go much farther north than the blocks we have placed up there. And it seems to end somewhere around that second house that's facing horizontally. That seems to be the block that has too many blocks in it. Which is over 10,000 or 11,000, but I don't know how that's possible. It doesn't look like it to me, but you know how these things go. Right. So, what we would like to do is get this base to branch over to where we want it, to start slanting it. Now, see, it won't let us go there. It'll let us go here. So this is the slant that we want. So we should be able to start it, in theory, right here. Now, it's possible that might be too far over, so maybe we go here. Maybe. Let's test that theory, shall we? How's that going? That's angling way too far out. Way too far out. Yeah, that's not going to work. That's going... I mean, I would like it to go that route, but I don't think that's going to work. I think we're going to get a few more blocks over, and then it's going to tell me we can't build. So we're going to need to go over one more. Yeah, punch it. Okay. That isn't what I had in mind, but we might be able to make this work. Again, the most difficult part about this is just attempting to force the game to do what I want it to do, essentially. It's not the most efficient way to do it, but there are times where we're starting to get down off that cliff on that side. There are times where you kind of just have to take what the game gives you and use it the best way you can, rather than trying to force it to do what you want it to do. At the moment, I'm trying to do a bit of both. I'm trying to force what I want. At the same time, I'm also trying to work with what it's giving me. And it's not always a harmonious process. Especially in these kind of games, though, when you can't really do everything you want to do exactly how you want to do it. It makes it difficult. Okay, so far so good. We are getting a foundation here at an angle like we want. The big question is, can we go one more? Can we go over one more? I think we can. Probably going to run out of blocks here in a minute. You're kidding me. Can I put down a... anything? Can I put down a... See? And it says right there. 10,500 out of 10,500. So if I eliminate one block, will it let me do that? That's what I don't understand. And, on top of that, that's way too narrow. That's not going to work. That gives us no room whatsoever to work with here. So we really cannot put a large building right here. We just can't do it. So what do we do? I mean, we can put a wall and a tower We could put a big tower here with a wall extending farther up where we can actually build. And we could put a cathedral there. But over there by that big tree is where I want to be putting the main castle keep, right over there. So we're going to have to compromise. We're going to have to compromise. And we're going to have to use the gun. See, this is precisely what I'm talking about. Trying to force what I want to do in the game. And I can't. So, our solution is going to have to be that we take what we can get. What will the game allow us to do? Is going to be the question. Defeat. We are suffering a small defeat. If we put a building here, a tower is the most sufficient way to utilize this space. A single tower. Perhaps, maybe, a double tower, even. A large one, right next to the tree. And it would be flanked by these other two towers and walls around this tree, so it turns the tree into a mini courtyard of sorts. A beautified courtyard to overlook the town. That's a possibility. A small castle keep within itself. Not the main one, though. Because I don't want the main one here. And there's not enough room for what I have in mind. Okay. So. Let's get rid of this for the moment. Because we don't really need to tie in with that base. It's not as vital as tying in with this base. The question is now, this tower, where are we going to be placing her? Where is the center of it going to be? We have to start in the center. And actually in the center would probably be exactly where I'm standing. That's actually a great center. All right. Assuming we can build out to, no, see, okay. Maybe the center should be one block in, here. Let's play it safe. Let's go one block in right here. This is the safe spot. So, we'll do this. Here. That's a bit too safe. That's not going to be big enough. That doesn't give us enough room on this cliff face. We want to be right at that edge. And with being this far over, we're going to be too far over. We need more space. So, to the gun again. That's going to be happening a lot today. So expect a lot of starting and starting over. Stopping and starting over. It's important to get the foundation solid and in the right place. You can't just willy-nilly start building, because you will run into complications and problems later, and I have done that more times than I can count. So, doing things right the first time is important. I'm not thrilled about putting a tower here, although I planned on originally putting a tower here, but I like the cathedral idea so much better. But here we are. Now, oh, we got one more. Now, typically this would be the size of a normal tower, but because this is a special tower, we have to go wider. So we go... Is that right? Wait, no. This will be the first time I've gone this extent. And then I think this should be triangle, triangle, triangle. Aha, yes, okay. On this side, triangle. That's the wrong... No, we're not going to do that. Triangle, triangle, square, triangle, 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 square, triangle, 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 square. Ooh, we're getting close to that edge where they don't want us to build. Triangle, 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 square. Triangle, triangle, triangle. Alright. Let's take a look at that base. So that is the big tower. The biggest tower, I think it's bigger. I don't know if it's bigger than the first one we did over there. It's about the same size. But it's a big tower. And it's going to be a step tower, which means this foundation goes up, 5, maybe 6 blocks, somewhere in there. And then there's a more smaller tower coming out of the middle of it. Which, now that I think about it, we shouldn't need foundation for that, I don't think. But I don't know. Right. So, we need to go up 1 level because we got a rock poking through our floor. So this is part of our massive tower build. If I can get out of here. I'll leave the middle for the moment. Okay. So this is a large tower for sure. Kind of an odd shape, but that's okay. And we will be using the darker stone. Attempting to use the darker stone. Why doesn't it want to snap down there? I don't know. But fine. Whatever. Oh, that's our attach point. We don't really want one there. Which, if that's our attach point, that's going to be problematic. Thank you for that. Yeah, because this is going to lead directly into that. That's how the other towers are matched. But, anywho. So yes, this is going to be a dark tower. No pun intended. Whoa. Are you kidding me? Or, really? Is this a joke? You've got to be joking. I'm over the threshold. That little microscopic inch. 127. 27. Alright, well, what about over here? Well, we're fine here. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? I mean, we what if I try to cheese it? What if I try to place it from the other side? Which side is it? There it is. Okay. Pick that up. And try to cheat. Can I cheat? Oh my god. No, it won't let me cheat. That is, I can't believe I'm that close to the edge. I just can't believe that. Which means we need to shift this over to the edge by like a half a block. Wow. I'm beginning to hate this game. There is an alternate solution. An ulterior. Ultimatum. An alt something. Solution here. In order to prevent us from being hindered about building up here, perhaps if we take some blocks away from down here, that's in the zone, the danger zone, will it allow us to do what we want to do? Let's test that theory. Oh wait, first. Let's get an exact number, because the numbers keep changing, which makes it unreliable, but let's try it anyway. Okay, so to place a block here, let's say, for an example, it says 10,533. I'm pretty sure that number was different a minute ago, but let's assume that it's correct. We need to remove 34 blocks. Okay. In theory. Right? Now, let's take away some blocks and see if indeed that number drops. So we'll take away this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we took away 4 blocks there. Okay? Right. So, in theory, the number should be 10,339 or something or other. 29, not 39. Okay, so that did count. So, at least we're having some consistency in the logic here. And the reason why I hadn't really considered figuring this out before is because the number continued to change depending upon the direction I was facing. So I guess that depends upon the number of blocks in that direction, but even that didn't seem consistent, so I can't say. So we're going to delete some blocks. We're going to try this out, and we'll pick back up on the next episode, with hopefully a solution and an answer to everything. So I'll see you on the next episode, and please like and subscribe and all that good jazz. You know what to do. And hopefully I can get this figured out. Sorry about this episode. It wasn't really much accomplished, I'm afraid. But anyway, we'll be back in a bit on the next episode.